Have you ever stopped to think that the way you start your day could be the secret to living longer and better? If you are over 65 or know someone at that stage of life, this video is for you. Today, we're going to talk about simple, accessible, and deeply transformative habits that, when incorporated into your morning routine, can improve your physical health, strengthen your mind, renew your spirit, and, according to studies and experts, even add years of quality life. We're not talking about miracles or empty promises. We're talking about real attitudes based on science, practical wisdom, and the experiences of those who live consciously and long lives. Most importantly, these are practices that anyone can start applying today, at their own pace, within their own reality. In this video, you will learn 6 powerful steps to transform your mornings. From hydration as soon as you wake up to gentle movements, mental stimulation, smart food choices, social connections, and finally, a simple exercise in gratitude and positivity that can completely change your day and your life. Tell me where you are and how old you are. If you're new to the channel, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any videos. If you're over 65, there's a simple, inexpensive, and powerful habit that can transform your health from the inside out. And it all starts right when you wake up. Drink water. Yes, it seems obvious, but what many people ignore is the profound impact that proper and conscious hydration in the early hours of the day can have on the body and mind. After a full night's sleep, our body wakes up in a state of mild dehydration. During these hours of rest, our body loses water through breathing, perspiration, and natural metabolic functions, and especially in old age, the perception of thirst decreases, which causes older people to drink less water than they should throughout the day, without realizing the silent damage this can cause. Water, in this context, is not just a liquid, it is the fuel of life. Every cell in your body depends on it to function properly. The kidneys, for example, which filter the blood and eliminate toxins, are especially sensitive to dehydration. When we don't drink enough water, these vital organs begin to work less efficiently, accumulating waste that over time overloads the body. The result? More fatigue, more pain, lower immunity, and premature aging of bodily functions. Now imagine waking up every day and giving your body its first dose of care and renewal, 1 or 2 glasses of pure water at room temperature or warm right after brushing your teeth. This simple gesture starts an internal cleansing process, gently waking up your organs, activating the intestines, facilitating digestion, and boosting metabolism. For those who suffer from constipation, a common problem in older adults, this morning routine can be revolutionary. Water stimulates peristaltic movements in the intestines, promoting more regular and comfortable bowel movements. Some experts recommend adding a few drops of lemon to warm water in the morning. This combination enhances the benefits, as lemon is rich in vitamin C, has antioxidant properties, and helps alkalize the body, fighting inflammation and strengthening the immune system. In addition, lemon activates the production of digestive enzymes, preparing the body to feed more efficiently throughout the day. But be careful, the main focus here is water. Lemon is an ally, but it does not replace the vital role of the liquid itself. Many older people report that after adopting this daily morning hydration habit, they begin to feel significant differences. Their skin becomes more vibrant, their joints become less stiff, their mind awakens with greater clarity, and their energy for the day increases. And this is no coincidence. Water is also essential for joint lubrication, efficient blood circulation, and proper brain function. A dehydrated brain works more slowly, which can affect memory, mood, and even the ability to concentrate. Another little mentioned point is the emotional effect of morning hydration. By choosing to take care of your body as soon as you wake up, you send a message to yourself: I matter, my health matters. This gesture of self-care, repeated every day, can become a powerful emotional anchor. It starts a positive cycle of healthy choices, which can include a more balanced diet, light exercise, and even a greater connection with spirituality and inner well-being. So, if there's one decision that can put you on the path to a longer, more active, and better quality life, it starts with a glass of water. How about starting tomorrow? When you wake up, before even having your coffee, give your body this gift. It will thank you. And over time, maybe, just maybe, you'll discover that this small morning habit may have added not only years to your life, but real life to your years. After taking care of your hydration in the morning, there is another fundamental step that can change the course of your health, especially after age 65: movement. The human body was made to move, and inactivity is one of the greatest silent threats to health in older adults. This isn't about intense workouts or expensive gym memberships. We're talking about something much more essential, natural, and accessible. The simple act of stretching and walking as soon as you wake up. This combination can profoundly wake up your body, stimulate your mind, and prepare your nervous system for a new day with energy, balance, and vitality. During the night while we sleep, our body enters a state of deep rest. Muscles relax, metabolism slows down, and body fluids are redistributed. Upon waking, it is common to feel stiff, with stiff joints and slower movements. For many older adults, this feeling of stiffness can be interpreted as a sign of inevitable aging, but in fact, it can be combat it and even reversed with a daily routine of stretching and conscious movements first thing in the morning. Morning stretching acts as a physical wake-up call for your muscle fibers. It promotes increased blood flow, improves cell oxygenation, releases accumulated tension, and provides an immediate feeling of lightness and well-being. Imagine this. You wake up, drink your water, take a deep breath, open a window, and slowly begin to move your body. Stretch your arms up, gently rotate your shoulders, consciously tilt your head from side to side, stretch your legs, and move your ankles. This sequence, done calmly and mindfully, takes no more than 10 minutes but has a profound impact. It activates the musculoskeletal system, reduces joint pain, improves balance, and prevents falls, one of the leading causes of hospitalization and loss of independence in older adults. After stretching, taking a short walk, even indoors or in the backyard, can further enhance these benefits. Light, rhythmic, and steady walking stimulates the cardiovascular system, regulates blood pressure, improves circulation, and strengthens the heart. In addition, walking helps to naturally lubricate the joints, especially the knees and hips, which are often sensitive areas in the aging process. If you can walk outdoors in the morning light, even better. Early exposure to natural light helps regulate the circadian cycle, improves sleep quality at night, and contributes to the production of vitamin D, essential for strong bones and a robust immune system. But the benefits don't stop at the physical. Morning exercise also has an effect on the emotional and mental realm. Light exercise releases endorphins, the hormones of pleasure and well-being, which help reduce levels of anxiety and sadness. It's as if with each step, the mind leaves behind its worries and makes room for lighter, more positive and hopeful thoughts. In addition, moving with intention early in the day develops discipline and strengthens your sense of purpose. And for seniors, that's as important as any medicine. Having a routine, taking care of your body, feeling capable and active, all contribute to maintaining high self-esteem and a youthful spirit. Many seniors who adopt this habit report surprising transformations. They feel more independent, more confident, and less dependent on pain medication. They report less stiffness throughout the day and greater willingness to perform simple tasks such as climbing stairs, walking to the market, or playing with their grandchildren. Over time, this small morning ritual becomes a moment of self-discovery, a sacred time when body, mind, and soul align in harmony with the new day ahead. So if you are over 65, don't underestimate the power of 10 to 20 minutes of movement first thing in the morning. Your body doesn't need strenuous exercise. It needs consistency, kindness, and care. Stretch gently, walk mindfully, and little by little, you will realize that this simple habit has the power to restore youth to your body, clarity to your mind, and joy to your days. Because moving is, above all, an act of self-love, and that love can indeed prolong and improve your life. The human brain is one of nature's most extraordinary creations. It houses our memories, thoughts, feelings, and identity. It is where our ideas, decisions, and ability to imagine, learn, and love are born. And just as the body needs water and movement to wake up and stay healthy, the mind also needs to be nourished every day, especially after age 65, when the risk of cognitive decline becomes more prevalent. The good news is that the mind also responds to stimuli, habits, and care. And when we cultivate the habit of exercising our brain first thing in the morning, we start the day with clarity, focus, and mental vitality that can stay with us for many years. When we wake up, our brain goes from a state of rest to an active state. It's like a machine that needs to be turned on carefully but also firmly. Many people make the mistake of starting their day immersed in distractions, social media, negative news, or excessive worries, and this robs us of our mental energy. But there is another, more conscious and transformative path, dedicating the first few minutes of the morning to nourishing the brain with positive and challenging stimuli. And this can be done in simple, accessible, and highly effective ways. One of the most powerful ways is through reading. When we read in the morning, whether it's a chapter of a book, a piece of poetry, or an interesting article, we are offering our brain new vocabulary, new ideas, and new ways of seeing the world. Reading activates areas of language, memory, and imagination. It connects us to universal human experiences, strengthens our emotional and intellectual repertoire, and above all, preserves mental agility. When you read, you are literally building new neural connections, which helps prevent diseases such as Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Another form of cognitive exercise is through brain games and logic puzzles. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, word searches, jigsaw puzzles, or even digital games designed for seniors are excellent ways to keep your brain active. These games require concentration, short-term memory, strategy, and reasoning. The interesting thing is that by practicing these activities regularly, you may soon feel your mind becoming more agile, your memory more reliable, flexible, and your ability to solve everyday problems more efficient. What's more, this type of cognitive stimulation helps maintain high self-esteem. Feeling mentally active also means feeling useful, capable, and independent. But there is an even more subtle and profound dimension to nourishing the mind, the practice of meditation or mindfulness. By setting aside a few minutes each morning to breathe consciously, focus on the present moment, and observe your thoughts without judgment, you are teaching your brain to free itself from excess mental noise. This reduces anxiety, improves mental clarity, and develops a kind of emotional muscle that allows us to better cope with life's challenges. Meditation, now widely studied by science, has already shown clear benefits in preserving brain health in older adults, including increasing the thickness of areas related to memory and emotional control. And let's not forget writing. Writing in the morning, whether in a journal, jotting down random thoughts, or even reminiscing about life stories, is a way to organize ideas, reinforce memories, and express feelings. For those who have grandchildren or children, keeping a notebook with stories, reflections, or letters can be an invaluable legacy. And for those who live alone, this moment of writing can be a space for inner comfort, for finding oneself. Finally, it is worth remembering, feeding the mind is not an obligation, it is a gift you give yourself every morning, like watering a plant that blooms slowly but remains strong and beautiful over time. No matter your age, the brain is plastic, adaptable, capable of growing, learning, and renewing itself. All you have to do is invite it, with love and regularity, to participate in life. So when you wake up tomorrow, in addition to taking care of your body, remember to take care of your mind as well. Read, write, solve a puzzle, meditate, feed your curiosity, and realize, day after day, that this little ritual of mental stimulation not only strengthens your brain, but also enlightens your soul, prolongs your lucidity, and gives meaning to each new dawn. There is an old saying that goes, "Eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper." This phrase, often repeated throughout generations, carries with it a piece of golden advice, especially for those over 65. Breakfast is more than just a meal. It is a daily opportunity to renew your vitality, balance your body, and gradually build a long life full of energy and independence. But to do this, you need to go beyond the simple act of eating in the morning. You need to think about a smart breakfast, one that is conscious, made with choices that nourish the body, strengthen the immune system, and help keep your metabolism running smoothly throughout the day. After a night's sleep, our body is fasting. During these hours, it has been working silently to restore cells, process memories, regulate hormones, and perform complex metabolic tasks. When we wake up, it needs fuel, but not just any fuel. The choices we make about what to put on our plates in the morning can determine how we feel physically, emotionally, and mentally throughout the day. For older adults, this is even more important. As their metabolism is naturally slower, nutrient absorption may be compromised, and blood sugar levels need to be monitored more closely. A nutritious and balanced breakfast starts with a base of quality protein. This could be a boiled, scrambled, or poached egg, a simple, inexpensive, and complete food that provides essential amino acids, choline for memory, and lasting satiety. Eggs help keep muscles strong, which is crucial after age 65, as muscle loss is one of the biggest threats to physical independence. Another excellent source of protein is plain yogurt, preferably unsweetened, which is rich in probiotics that balance the gut flora, improve digestion, and boost immunity. Alongside protein, there should be natural fiber, the kind that comes from fresh fruits, seeds, and whole grains. A slice of papaya with chia or flaxseed, a banana with oats, or an apple with the skin on, and a handful of nuts are examples of powerful combinations. Fiber is a silent ally of intestinal health, helping to control cholesterol, regulate appetite, and prevent glucose spikes. In addition, it promotes smoother digestion, which contributes to well-being and lightness throughout the day. It is also essential to include good fats, which act as natural anti-inflammatories and are essential for brain and cardiovascular health. Extra virgin olive oil can be used in the preparation of whole grain breads or as an accompaniment to mashed avocado, another highly nutritious food rich in potassium, fiber, and monounsaturated fatty acids. Nuts, almonds, and walnuts also fit into this category. They are sources of clean energy and help protect the heart, as well as adding crunch and flavor to breakfast. And of course, hydration remains part of the morning ritual. Green tea, chamomile tea, or simply a glass of warm water with a few drops of lemon while still fasting helps stimulate the digestive system. Avoid excessive coffee or coffee with too much sugar if possible. Caffeine may be welcome for some, but it should be consumed in moderation, especially by those who already suffer from anxiety, arrhythmia, or high blood pressure. Instead, choose beverages that promote calmness, focus, and easy digestion. More than what you eat, it's how you eat. Turning breakfast into a moment of pause, of presence, of self-care is a gesture that nourishes not only the body, but also the spirit. Sitting at the table, taking a deep breath, giving thanks for the meal, chewing mindfully, all of this activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest and digestion. This state promotes nutrient absorption and a more harmonious relationship with food. In short, a smart breakfast for people over 65 is one that balances protein, fiber, good fats, vitamins, and minerals. But it is also one that is eaten calmly, mindfully, and with care. It doesn't have to be fancy. It needs to be functional. By incorporating this habit regularly, you will notice improvements in your mood, weight control, concentration, and even sleep within a few weeks. It is as if your body responds with gratitude, repaying each spoonful with vitality. So don't skip breakfast. Turn it into a sacred ritual, because taking care of what goes into your body when you wake up is one of the most powerful ways to ensure that the years ahead are not only longer, but lighter, clearer, and fuller. On life's journey, there is something we often forget as we age: how much the simple act of connecting with others can transform our state of mind and even our physical health. As the years go by, it is common for social ties to become scarcer. Children grow up, friends leave, commitments diminish, and silence begins to fill spaces that were once alive with voices, laughter, and sharing. But within each person, regardless of age, there remains a deeply human desire to be seen, heard, and felt. And that is where a powerful habit is born, one that can prolong not only the years of life, but also their meaning, the habit of morning connection and reconnecting with one's purpose. When you wake up and intentionally choose to say good morning to someone, whether it's a neighbor, a life partner, a friend on the phone, or even a stranger at the gate, something special happens. This simple greeting, laden with presence and kindness, can completely change the vibe of the day. It is not just a formality, it is a gesture of openness, a thread that connects two souls and says, even without words, we are alive, we are still here. And for someone who is in the most reflective phase of life, this can be a powerful reminder of belonging. Many scientific studies have shown that chronic loneliness in older adults is directly associated with an increase in cardiovascular disease, depression, and cognitive decline. It is no exaggeration to say that isolation can make you sick as much as poor diet or a sedentary lifestyle. On the other hand, studies also show that people with a strong social network, even if small, live longer, get sick less, and stay sharp longer. And that network doesn't have to be huge. Sometimes a single daily contact, a 5-minute phone call, a few words exchanged at the gate, or a voice message are enough to rekindle the human warmth inside. But this connection needs to go beyond the social. There is an even deeper connection that can and should be cultivated every morning: the connection with the purpose of living. Having a reason to get out of bed, even if it is simple, is one of the best kept secrets of quality longevity. This purpose does not have to be linked to great achievements. It can be quiet, modest, but it must be real. It could be tending to a plant in the garden, carefully preparing coffee, writing letters, teaching a grandchild something, caring for a pet, or even sitting on the porch and observing life with presence. What matters is that the person feels that they still have something to offer, something to live for, something to feel. And it can all start with a morning gesture: writing in a journal 3 reasons to be alive that day, saying a silent prayer of gratitude, calling someone just to wish them a good day, sing a song, read a verse or a poem, plan a task, even if it's small, organize something at home. All of these are ways of telling the universe and yourself that life still pulses, that time still has value, and that each dawn is a new chance to start over with dignity, lucidity, and soul. Old age does not have to be a phase of fading away. On the contrary, it can be the wisest and most beautiful time of your existence. And that starts with keeping your heart alive through the presence of others and keeping your inner flame alive through small, meaningful acts. And if each morning is seen as an opportunity to reconnect with others, with life, and with yourself, then time ceases to be a threat and becomes a gift. So when you wake up tomorrow, before getting lost in the rush or silence, look around you, say good morning, make contact, let yourself be touched, and above all, ask yourself, what is my purpose today? The answer may come in the form of a task, a memory, a gesture. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it comes, because living with purpose is living with soul, and that, in the end, is what makes life worth living, not just adding years to life. There are moments in life when the body no longer responds with the same agility, commitments diminish, children follow their own paths, and the world seems to move faster than we can keep up. It is in this often silent and introspective setting that looking inward becomes inevitable. Old age is an invitation to depth, and within that invitation lies a discreet but powerful key that can transform not only your day, but the way you see life. The practice of gratitude and positive thinking first thing in the morning. It may seem too small a gesture to have a big impact, but what science, spirituality, and popular wisdom are showing with increasing clarity is that cultivating a positive state of mind in the early hours of the day has a direct impact on physical health, mental clarity, and emotional balance, especially in the more mature stages of life. This is because the thoughts with which we start the day shape our perception of everything that comes after. They create invisible filters that determine how we will react to small challenges, how we will relate to others, and above all, how we will feel about ourselves. Starting the day with gratitude is, above all, an act of humility and presence. It is recognizing that despite the pain, losses, and limitations that time brings, there is still much to be thankful for. It can be the soft light coming through the window, the smell of coffee filling the kitchen, the sound of birds, the warmth of the sun on your skin, or even the memory of a hug that lingered in your memory. Gratitude does not require big events. It flourishes in attention to detail. And when we take 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, to mentally or physically list 3 things we are grateful for, we are reprogramming our minds to see beauty before complaint, abundance before lack, what we have before what we lack. But gratitude is only one side of the coin. The other side is positive thinking, which does not mean ignoring problems, but rather facing them with a different perspective. Having a positive mindset is choosing every morning to look at the mirror of life with compassion. It is saying to yourself, I can still do it. I am still capable. I still have value. It is resisting the weight of automatic negativity, which makes us see only what is wrong, only what hurts, only what will not return. It is creating within ourselves a space for active hope, even in the midst of uncertainty. A simple and transformative exercise is to start the day with positive affirmations. Say aloud with conviction and serenity, today I choose to be at peace. Today I will take good care of myself. I am grateful for my history. These words, when spoken with intention, take root inside us. They strengthen our spirit, clear our minds, and nourish our souls. And even on difficult days, because they will come, this little ritual offers a point of support, an emotional anchor that helps us weather the storms with greater balance. In addition, the daily practice of gratitude and positivity has real physiological effects. It regulates levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, improves sleep quality, strengthens the immune system, and increases feelings of well-being. It's as if the body responds to the state of mind, and it really does. When we give thanks and think kindly, our heart slows down, our breathing deepens, our muscles relax, and life begins to flow more lightly. It is not about denying reality, but about choosing how to inhabit it. Old age can indeed be a time of loss, but it can also be the richest time in wisdom, generosity, and presence, and that depends in large part on how you decide to live each morning. Waking up, taking a deep breath, giving thanks, and choosing thoughts that sustain life with beauty and truth. That is the first step in transforming any ordinary day into a day with soul. So tomorrow, before you get up, close your eyes for a moment. Think of 3 things to be thankful for. Say a phrase of hope. Breathe calmly, and then get up with the dignity of someone who recognizes that they still have time, still have light, still have much to live for. Because what you plant in those 5 minutes can blossom throughout the day, and perhaps, who knows, for many, many years to come.